Genesis chapters 4, 5, and 6. What happens when sin grows and why it still matters today. After the fall of Adam and Eve in Genesis chapter 3, the Bible does not move quickly to redemption. Instead, it shows us the consequences. Genesis chapters 4, 5, and 6 explain what happens when sin is allowed to grow unchecked, how God responds to human corruption, and why judgment and grace become unavoidable. These chapters help us understand why the world looks the way it does today, and why salvation is not optional, but necessary. Genesis chapter 4 begins with the first family. Adam and Eve have two sons, Cain and Abel. Cain works the ground. Abel keeps flocks. Both bring offerings to God. At first glance, everything seems normal. Worship is happening. God is being acknowledged. But the Bible tells us that God accepts Abel's offering and rejects Cain's. This moment is very important. The issue was not the type of offering alone. It was the heart behind it. Abel offered his sacrifice in faith and obedience. Cain offered his sacrifice without submission. God does not reject Cain without warning. Instead, God speaks to him. God tells Cain that sin is crouching at the door, desiring to control him, but that he must master it. This reveals a powerful truth. Sin is not passive. It is active. If it is not confronted, it will dominate. Cain ignores the warning. Jealousy turns into anger. Anger turns into hatred. Hatred turns into murder. Cain kills his brother Abel. This is the first human death recorded in Scripture. And it is not accidental, it is intentional. God confronts Cain and asks him a question. Where is your brother Abel? This is not a question of information. God already knows. It is a question of responsibility. Cain responds with one of the most revealing statements in the Bible, "Am I my brother's keeper?" This question exposes the heart of fallen humanity. Sin always seeks to avoid responsibility. God responds by declaring that Abel's blood cries out from the ground. This tells us something important. God sees injustice. God hears suffering. God values human life. Cain is punished, but God does not kill him. Instead, God places a mark on Cain to protect him. This shows us something complex about God. God judges sin